Hi, my name is Nick with Marine Parts Source Specialty Services. Today we're out here taking a look at Dan Buson's boat. He's having some issues with a Morse Electronic Control. So we're going to come out here and troubleshoot it and hopefully find the issue for him. The first thing I did was to go through the helms, and I just wanted to make sure all the connections were nice and tight. We didn't have any loose connections because a boat moves, and when you have a moving object with electrical, there's a chance for connections to come loose, which creates resistance. When you have computers and modules involved, that can kind of wig them out and cause issues. So we're going under the helm, we're making sure all our connections are nice and tight. So this actually has 3 stations. It's got the main cabin area station, it's got an upper station, and then it's got a rear station on the stern. So we checked all 3 of these areas and their connections, and they seem to look nice and tight. No visible signs of any issue that we could see with those connections. So the code that we were getting was a communication error between the starboard module and the port module. And the way this works is all 3 helms, the ports go to one module and then the starboards go to the other. There's a communication between both, the communication cable between both modules that allow the engines to synchronize. The code we were getting was a communication error between the modules. When I was looking under the helms, we found the source of power and we made sure we had good power. We didn't have trip breakers or blown fuses somewhere. The second thing we did was to look at that communication cable. We pulled the communication cable out, and I then went through and did continuity tests, resistance tests, just on that cable standalone. So it wasn't plugged into anything. I wanted to make sure we didn't have a short on any of those wires that may have caused an issue with the actual module. The next step was to try to find some sort of reference voltage or value. So what I did is I knew the port side wasn't the problem child. So we made the assumption that the values, the voltage readings and resistance readings that we were getting on the port side we're going to be kind of in the ballpark of where we should be. We gathered all that information off the port module. When I went to the starboard module, I was seeing the same voltage readings except on 2 pins. I was quite a bit higher on 2 pins. And then also I was seeing the same resistance, but on those same 2 pins, I was seeing quite a bit higher resistance on it as well, along with an intermittent short I was seeing. So when I was doing continuity testing, I didn't have continuity on any of the pins on the port side. When I was doing it on the starboard side, we were having continuity when I was wiggling the wires going into the module. So there is some kind of short in the module itself. That is what we've determined. Now the next game plan we have is to try to find a used module, dead stock, old stock, whatever you want to call it. We're on the hunt now for another module. Our plan B for that is there's a company that does electronic repairs that we're in touch with. So if we cannot find another module, we're going to send this old module in and see if they can do a repair on it. You know, doing repairs on electrical modules, you can kind of go down a rabbit hole, you know, with electrical and circuitry, especially with the age of it. You could have just had a component go bad, or there could be something that caused that component to go bad. So that's where you can kind of go down that rabbit hole. For the time being, until we can either A, find a new module, or B, get this one repaired, I've disconnected the communication harness because I don't want that short to affect the other module, so the port module. I don't want that short to cause that module to fail. So as of right now, we've disconnected that harness to protect the port module, and we're just waiting for, you know, hopefully plan A or plan B to come through. We're going to make some phone calls and see what we can do, and hopefully get this wrapped up and get Dan taken care of.
And so if you're ever thinking about a special project you'd like to do for your boat, we're the guys that can help take care of it for you. So if you're in the Michigan area, don't hesitate to give Specialty Services a call at this number. And as always, if you're looking for parts and accessories for your boat, you can find them online at marinepartssource.com.